Hello and welcome, friends and spiritual travelers. This is Mystic Owl, aka Nathan. I'm back with another pick a card reading today. It's been a few weeks, but I've had a fair bit going on with study. But now I'm back into it. Today's theme is it's a vibe check. So it's just checking in with your current energy and what you're currently going through. And we'll get some advice for your current situation at the end of the reading from the Work Your Light Oracle cards and the Making Magic deck, which I love. Also, I just want to say that if you I'm open to suggestions for some reading themes. So if you've got an idea that you want me to do a reading on, please post a comment in the comment section below and I'll consider it. So we have 4 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile 1 with the raw malachite. Pile 2 is with the lovely angelite, if I can pick it up. Pile 3 is with the hematite pendulum, and pile 4 is an amethyst stone. As per usual, please use your intuition to choose a pile. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I hope you're having a beautiful day and I hope you enjoy your reading. And let's get started with pile number 1 to find out what your current vibe is and any advice that may help your current situation. Hello, welcome pile 1 with the raw malachite stone. Let's get an idea about your current vibe and what you're currently going through. And we'll get some further advice at the end of the reading from the Work Your Light Oracle deck and the Making Magic Oracle deck. We'll start with your tarot cards. Your cards. You have Strength, number 8. Ooh, you have Death. Interesting. Number 13. Lucky for some. You have the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, and you have the 9 of Wands. Okay. Wow, pile 1. Well. I do see with the 9 of Wands here that you're currently feeling as if you've been battling really, really hard on something. I have a feeling that you've been going through quite a bit recently. There's been a lot on your plate, I'm seeing. And you're battling, you're fighting, you're not giving up. Absolutely. With the Strength card here on the 9 of Wands, this does indicate that you're really having to dig deep to work through a current situation. But what I am seeing with the Death card here is that you're going through a massive change, a massive transformation. The Death represents like death and rebirth, right? It's a fresh start. So this is kind of a transitory period that you're in right now. And I think what it's about with the 4 of Pentacles is there's things that maybe I think you need to change in your life or that you're holding on to too tightly. You can see here, he's like holding on to this pentacle and he's stepping on these two. He just doesn't want to let them go. You're resisting change in a way is what I'm getting with the Death card and the 4 of Pentacles. This is all about resistance to some sort of change in your life that I think will lead you on to being in a better place, basically. You're kind of stuck in your comfort zone in a way, and because of it, I think maybe there's things that keep cycling through, that you keep going through, things that just keep reoccurring, that are just getting a little bit sort of tiresome and hard to bear is what I'm seeing. But you're not giving up, I think, with Strength and the 9 of Wands. This does indicate that you are persisting, that you're working through this transitory time, I'm sensing. It's a massive transformation. I think these kind of transformations are ones that we look back upon in future years and realize that we actually grew and became a much better person and a stronger person, I should say, based on the experiences that we went through. We're able to reflect and realize that these lessons we learned just made us a better person, and we have more sort of focus and direction moving on. But I do sense that there's some things that you're currently working through right now with the 4 of Pentacles, learning to release. This could be material attachments. It relates to the material world, right? It could also be related to like certain things that maybe you're dabbling in too much with, potentially some addictions or some bad habits, or doesn't necessarily have to be bad addictions. It could just be things that maybe you need to get the balance right with a little bit more. Or it could even just be like breaking free from a certain routine that you're stuck in and expanding out of it, like learning to push your boundaries a little bit further so you can actually, you know, have a lot more confidence in your own abilities, is what I'm seeing. But the message here, I think, your current vibe is one of like dogged determination and persistence. I do see a group that really is having to dig deep to sort of battle through what I think is probably not an easy time right now. But I sense in time, as you persevere and learn to sort of break free of these things that maybe you know you need to change, or push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit more, you're going to be so much wiser and happier because of it. So keep going is the message, pile one. Absolutely persevere. I also see with the Nine of Wands too, I also get the message sometimes you've put up a wall in a way just to sort of take a break. Maybe what you've been working through is actually really, really getting you down right now. And there could be a message too to like, if you need to look after yourself and take a break, take some rest, just so you can actually find that strength again and that resolve within to keep moving forward, then maybe that's not a bad thing to do, you know? But most definitely I'm seeing a need to sort of let go of the resistance and to allow whatever needs to change in your life to naturally happen. And I know that's not easy. um, it, it, I watch a lot of pick a card tarot readings on YouTube too because I love them. I'm addicted to them. That's one of my own addictions, I suppose. But it's quite a common cliche to hear, like, oh, you know, stop the resistance to change, blah, blah, blah. And what does that actually mean? I don't know. Like, sometimes it's just about, like, getting on with things that we know we need to, like, work on. If there's stop the procrastination, potentially, is a message that you need to hear, pile one. And I'm not judging. I think procrastination is just part and parcel to actually getting something done in time. Like, it builds up that anxiety and that need to actually get onto the thing that we know we need to get onto. So I think it's kind of, as with resistance too, resistance is the same. Resistance is a part of actually breaking free and changing things in our life that we know we need to change. The more we resist, the harder it gets, is what I'm seeing. And that's absolutely what I'm seeing here for you, pile one, is the more resistance that you are, you know, the more resistant you are to actual changes in your life, I think in a way that will be the thing that pushes you towards actually making these changes. So try not to get down on yourself and just let things happen as they should. But knowing full well that I think you know there's probably things that you need to break free from, is what I'm seeing. But you're getting there, is what I'm saying. Absolutely. Just keep working at it, you know. Keep drawing upon that strength within. Don't give up. And things will happen when they're supposed to happen, I suppose. Moving on from that for you, pile one, let's have a look at your oracle cards. You have the Breathe card. Okay, number 29. Interesting. I'm going to put that over here with the Nine of Wands, because I think there's a message there to just take a break, as I was talking about earlier. When you're feeling down and out, you know, find something that centers yourself so that you can come back to whatever it is that you need to work on. Or attack that thing that you know you need to change in life with more like energy and vigor, I suppose. Sometimes when we're feeling down and out, the best thing we can do is just take a break and walk away from the thing that's really causing us a lot of grief, I suppose. And that's most definitely the message I'm getting from the Nine of Wands here. And you have the Building Blocks card, number 28. Interesting, you've got number 28 and 29. Okay. I love this card. It kind of, in a way, reminds me of the Tower card in tarot. The message isn't as strong or as disruptive. I'm struggling with my words. Disruptive as the Tower card, in terms of things just falling apart because they were sort of never meant to be in your life. But the Building Blocks is kind of that next step where you start again. I'm just saying that once you actually sort of manage to get through this period where you're working out what works for you and what doesn't, pile one, I think you're going to start to like build a better life that is more stable, that makes you feel more confident and at peace with where your life is going and what it is that you want from life. Most definitely, it's going to take you to a place where you are feeling as if like you're more centered and as if you have more peace and stability, is what I'm seeing from these two cards. Absolutely. It's just about working through this time right now where maybe you're feeling as if you don't have or you just don't want to let go of certain habits or patterns, or make those changes that I think you know you need to make. But over time, I think the more you put into it, the more effort you put into making these changes, the more you commit to things that I think you know you want to change in your life, it just becomes like second nature. And things start to get easier, you know. Like once one thing falls into place and you actually manage to get on top of things that have been holding you back, then like your life's just going to take off in a way. Like it's kind of a domino effect in a sense, like where everything in your life just starts to get easier because you're A, feeling better about yourself because you've actually broken free of things that are holding you back, but B, it's kind of a flow-on effect because the universe rewards us. I really believe the universe rewards us when we, you know, manage to change things that we know aren't working for us, but actually also when we're vibing high and feeling good about ourselves, then it's the law of attraction. We attract more positive experiences. So I do see a lot of positivity coming your way. Absolutely, Power One. And I think you're starting to feel better about your life right now anyway, because you are changing. I'm seeing with the Death card, you are making these changes. You are definitely a determined individual. I am seeing a lot of like fiery energy in this reading too, with the Knight of Wands and Strength, which represents Leo. A group that probably has a lot of like fire and determination and ability to persevere and to not let things get you down. This is a group that won't say no. You know, you won't give up on something. And so I know that you will get there, and you'll start building the life that you want in a way, albeit free of those things that were preventing you from moving forward. Beautiful. Moving on from that, Power One, let's get another message for you from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Let's see if Spirit has any further advice or messages. Wow, that just jumped out of the deck for you, so I'm going to take it straight away. Ooh, share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution and expression. So what stands out to me there is come out of the cave. I was picking up on like an energy of just being in a comfort zone and not wanting to sort of change things that you know you need to change. This is really calling for you to be bold and to put yourself out there, Power One. This could also relate to maybe like taking a stance on a situation that you know is just not good for you, like telling somebody no if they're calling somebody out on their bullshit, basically, or even potentially taking a chance on something that you know you've always wanted to try in the past, but potentially haven't felt confident to do so. I do see a group that maybe has like struggles a little bit with going after things that maybe may feel a little bit scary, you know, like and fear is a natural sort of emotion. We all like to be within our comfort zone, but we're not growing when we're doing things that are, you know, doing the same things over and over and over. There's definitely a calling for you, absolutely, with this card and the Four of Pentacles to break this wall down, to like take down those wands and to keep pushing forward. It's okay to take a break sometimes, absolutely. And I do see a message here with the Nine of Wands and the Breathe card that maybe right now, if you are feeling overwhelmed, just take a break from that thing that you're working on and come back to it with more, you know, determination. But whatever it is that you want to go after, Power One, there's a message here with the share your voice, to put yourself out there a little bit, to call somebody else out on the way that they're treating you. Or just even to try something new if you've always wanted to like put yourself out there and give something else a go. Because Leos, right, with strength, Leos are meant to shine bright. Leos are meant to be the leaders of the zodiac and follow their passion, inspire other people to do the things that they love also. And I think that's what's going to bring you the most peace, right? When you actually sort of change any habits that are preventing you from going after the thing that you want in your life. It's just going to bring you so much joy when you break free and feel good about the fact that you actually managed to overcome your fear and overcome those habits that were stopping you from doing this thing. That's what's going to bring you the most satisfaction, is what I'm seeing, absolutely, in this reading. And it's going to be the thing that actually like starts a whole new cycle in life where you have more success and things start falling into place. So go get them, Power One. Work through your fears. Keep working through those challenges. Keep breaking free of those habits that are stopping you from taking a chance on something new. And I think you'll be amazed about what you can achieve, which is really beautiful. Let's get some closeout messages from the Making Magic Manifesting Your Dreams. Oops. The Making Magic Manifesting Your Dreams Oracle deck. Spirit, can we get any advice, please, from the Making Magic deck for pile number one, who are going through a transition phase and learning to like commit to things that they've always wanted to do and breaking free of habits that aren't working for them. A closeout message, please, Spirit, for pile number one. Ooh, Goddess. Healing, feminine energy, beautiful. We get one more. Oh, something flipped there. There we go. Prosperity, okay. A prosperous business with riches and success, right. This is most definitely my entrepreneurial group, or a group that I think has some sort of like talent that they need to well, the goddess, healing feminine energy, kind of reminds me about investing in your talents in a way, nurturing your dreams and your goals, healing from anything that was preventing you from taking a chance on something new. This is just talking about massive changes in your own confidence and your own beliefs in your abilities, pile one, is what I'm seeing. And I think you're getting to a point where you're naturally starting to believe in yourself. You've been working through things in the past. And the more that you do it, the more confidence in yourself you have. So I think the message also is just about keep doing what you're doing. Keep persevering, keep pushing forward. You are a very doggedly determined individual. You have a lot of fire within you. And I think you naturally know that you're supposed to stand out and shine your bright light. So keep doing it, pile one. There's a message here. Invest in your dreams and see what happens. That's all I have for you. I hope that resonates with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to pile two. Hello, welcome pile two with a lovely blue angel light. Let's have a look to see what your current vibe is, what you're currently going through. And we'll get some further advice at the end of the reading from the Working Your Light Oracle deck and the Making Magic Oracle deck. We'll start with your tarot cards and move on to your Oracle cards a little bit later. Your first card is the Fool card. Lovely. You have the Ten of Wands. You have the Five of Pentacles. And you have the Two of Cups. Okay, interesting. Interesting spread of cards, pile two. Well, first of all, with the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I sense you're going through a rough phase right now where you're not sure when things are going to change. The Ten of Wands talks about heavy energy where you're feeling really burdened and you can't see a way out of a certain situation. You don't know how close you are to actually getting to the place that you want. And the Five of Pentacles tends to talk about, generally it's about poverty or feeling as if you're left out in the cold. Nobody's looking after you. You don't really know what it is you need to do to find safety and shelter. I just feel like your current vibe is kind of feeling like, you know, life's been a bit shitty recently and the universe hasn't been sort of supporting you. And I do really, really feel for this group. I think that this is quite heavy energy that you're currently going through. But I do see some real positivity here with the Two of Cups and the Fool. Like, you're breaking free of this energy is what I'm seeing. The Fool is a fresh start. It's a new beginning, right? It's the first of the major arcana. With the Queer just ready to take a leap of faith and to try something new, to leave all the worries behind, all the baggage behind, and to take a new chance on something new. And with the Two of Cups, which generally talks about, well, it's like soulmate energy, really. Having somebody in your life that cares for you and knows you so intimately, that just loves and supports you and accepts you, you know, completely just as the person you are right now. I sense there are people out there that are willing to give you a hand. There's people that are wanting to that love and support you, pile 2, that want to see you really break free of this current phase that you're going through and to start again. So I'm sensing very, very soon, either the universe is supporting you in actually finding something new that allows you to move forward. It could just be like finding that spark within to break free and to move forward from this stagnant energy, this feeling of restriction and not knowing where you're going is what I'm essentially seeing. Like changing your mindset so that you can actually start to believe that things will get better is what I'm seeing. Or it could actually be somebody coming into your life that offers a helping hand so that you can actually like move forward, whether that be financially, if you're going through like a real financial struggle right now, which the 5 of Pentacles tends to represent like extreme financial restrictions in life. So it could be somebody that wants to give you some money so that you can move forward and actually start again, break free of any of the burdens that are holding you down. Or it could just be somebody that wants to like help you through, to be like a mentor or a kind of a savior to help you through an emotionally taxing time where you're just feeling as if like you're not really not sure of what it is that you need to do to feel better is what I'm seeing. This could also relate very much so to moving forward from a tough cycle in a relationship is what I'm seeing, and a fresh start, breaking free of a really tough cycle where you've had some battles in your relationship. Maybe you've had some financial restraints also in a certain relationship, and you're moving forward from that. You're starting again. You're starting a new cycle in this relationship where things get better and you start to feel like the sun on your back, as if things are going well from you. Because the sun in the Fool card tends to represent support from the universe, where things are just getting a lot lighter and happier and more free. You're not feeling restricted anymore. So there is some positivity in this reading, absolutely. There is a fresh start coming, right, is what I'm seeing with the Fool card. And I do sense, because of it, you're going to get a lot more support, and your relationships and those things that maybe haven't been working out for you are going to shift and turn, and yeah, things are just going to get easier is what I'm saying. So chin up, pile 2 is a message, absolutely, in these cards. Keep pushing forward, because the 10 of Wands does indicate the need to just keep working through whatever it is you're working through, because you're almost there. He's almost at the village. He's almost got the wands delivered to where he needs to go. It's you just can't see it right now. This cycle is ending is the message, is what I'm saying. Moving on from that, pile 2. Let's have a look at your oracle cards to see what they have to say. Okay, you're at the Between Worlds card, number 3, which I think is really like quite sort of descriptive of the message in this reading anyway. You're in this transitory period. It kind of reminds me of, the 10 of Wands, the head down, pushing forward, not knowing where you're going or when it's going to end. But you're getting there, absolutely. You're coming out of the dark and into the light, right? With the sun shining bright on your back. You're stepping into a fresh cycle where things will get better and easier. You're kind of just in between right now, in between the hardships and one cycle ending and where things will start to move forward for you, is what I'm seeing. And your next card is number 38, To be fair. Wow, this kind of reminds me of the card Libra, which is all about like balance and harmony in life, cause and effect in a way. And I think what's happening, this card is basically telling me, with the owl here on her head, you can see the owl, which is kind of a symbolic of seeing things from a higher perspective and really drawing upon some inner wisdom to like help you through kind of a dark phase, is what I'm saying. This is all about your perspective, right? Shifting your perspective is what I'm seeing. In terms of like changing your mindset, I just have a feeling that this group has been a little bit down on themselves and has been caught up in a negative cycle of focusing on things that haven't worked out for you. And you've probably really, really had a lot of trials and tribulations recently, pile 2, I sense, where things just haven't gone well. You may have had some really horrible experiences in some relationships. You may have lost your job. Definitely an indication of financial restriction, I'm seeing, potentially. But With the to be fair card, I'm sensing that maybe if you try and shift your perspective and start to see any like blessings that have come out of it, and it's really hard to do, I know, when you're going through a really shitty time in life, but sometimes it's just about acknowledging what you've learned from a hard trialing situation, learning how strong you are, how persistent you are, knowing that you have the ability to move forward despite, constant battles. Also starting to see the blessings in terms of like being grateful for anyone around you that really loves and supports you despite what it is that you're going through right now. So shifting your perspective is definitely the way for you to be able to move through this transitory period a lot faster, and I guess with a lot more, without being so difficult in a way is what I'm seeing. Trying to see the blessings in the experiences that you've been through, and staying positive. There's a message here to stay positive, because staying positive is what's going to bring on this fresh start where you believe that the universe is supporting you and that things will get better. I also am seeing here too with the blue related to like communication and the mind, and the to be fair card, which kind of relates to like Libra, who are very sharp-witted, a really loving sort of like Librans are people, people persons. Maybe also what you need to do, pile two, is to shift your perspective onto other people, to shift your perspective onto the relationships that are most important to you. It's about focusing on the external in terms of focusing on what you have around you that is working really, really well right now. Possibly even giving a lending hand to other people that are going through some strife. That might be the thing that sort of lifts your spirits and allows you to focus on, things that are outside of what you're currently going through that are bringing you down in a way. I see a group that would really do well as some sort of like counselor or therapist, or somebody that likes to give help and a helping hand to other people that are going through some tough times. So helping others in need might be the thing that actually allows you to see what is going well in your life right now, pile two. I think you've got a lot of love to give, and in a way, the things that you've been through, I think, only sort of strengthens your empathy for other people going through some trials and tribulations. You're a very, very fair and loving, giving individual, and I think that's maybe what you need to focus on more right now, is giving to others and not sort of like focusing on what hasn't worked out. Anyway, it's not a bad idea to try. When you're feeling really down and out, maybe shift your perspective onto what you can give back to other people and see if that makes you feel better. Just a thought. Moving on from that pile too, let's see what other messages the universe has for you. So in terms of your vibe, I just sense that maybe I think you've got to the point where you're over it. You're over feeling as if like you're not moving forward, or you're feeling as if you've been through a lot of like rough times recently, and you've had it. And I think that is what is going to sort of lead you on to, breaking free of this feeling of feeling down on yourself and changing your perspective. There's most definitely a call for you to change your perspective and to start focusing on other people and your relationship and what actually is working for you right now. Spirit, can we get another message, please, for pile number two, who are learning to shift their perspective and to work through this hardship and these trials? Because you are in this phase of moving beyond what's restricting you, and there's a fresh cycle beginning soon for you, pile two, and it's going to be so much better and brighter than what you've been through recently. Another message, please, Spirit, for pile number two. Okay, we'll split the deck. And your card, Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay, there is kind of a message too of karma coming into play. The to be fair card can talk about cause and effect and karma, like working through certain cycles and patterns. I do sense that maybe what you've been going through has been a period of like soul growth where you've been learning a lot of lessons. And I think even though it may sound like a load of bullshit, like having to go through hardships to learn how strong you are. I know how hard that is because I've been there myself in a way. But when you actually like get through these rough times, you can look back upon it and realize that you are so much stronger than you thought you were in the past. You have so much like resolve and so much that you can actually offer the world. I just sense that this group is a really, really like loving and giving individual, and maybe you kind of lost that recently because you've had to focus on your own issues and problems. There's been a need for you to actually like work on these troubles and these tough times that you've been going through. But now I think you're being called to break free of this mindset and to start getting back out there and doing the things that you love, and giving your love and that energy to other people that might be going through some really tough times. And that's what I think brings you the most joy in life, pile 2, is to be giving and loving to other individuals. That's the message that I'm getting from this reading, absolutely. And your vibe will lift by doing the things that you love and by focusing on those relationships that are most meaningful to you, you know? Even if it means asking for help right now from someone else and being able to give it back later, do whatever you need to do to get through this so you can like shift your focus back onto the things that you actually enjoy doing. Lovely. Let's get a closeout message for you from the lovely magical Making Magic Manifesting Your Dreams Oracle deck. I love these cards, they're beautiful. Spirit, any further advice for pile number 2? You were shifting their perspective and breaking free. Time to shine. Beautiful. Lovely. That's creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. There you go. I'm going to put that there with the Fool card. Ooh. And that just flipped too. And the elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combined to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Okay. So that just reminds me of the fact that I think maybe you've been feeling a little down and out right now. I just am getting from these 2 cards too, time to shine. It's time to put yourself out there and to do the things that you love. And that is the way to break free of the restrictions and the hardships and the probably the mental anguish that you've been putting yourself through, pile 2. I think you know what it is you need to do, and I think you're getting there. If you just focus on the positives, the things to be grateful for, giving back to those people that I think you know need it around you, that's what's going to help you like to start to see the beauty in life again and to shift your perspective. Because you've got so much love to give. Absolutely. And in the elements card, if you need help and guidance from a higher power, then absolutely call for like protection and for assistance. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it too. That's all I have for you, pile 2. I hope it resonated, even though I know it may have been a hard message to hear. But I know you're getting there. 10 of Wands indicates the end of a cycle and, the beginning of a new, fresh, loving cycle where you start to see the joy in life again. I wish you a beautiful day. And let's move on to pile 3. Hello and welcome, pile 3, with the Hematite Pendulum. Let's get an idea about your current vibe check. Ooh, there we go. We'll put that there. We'll start with your tarot cards and move on to your oracle cards a little bit later. You're the Hierophant. Nice. Ooh, and you have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. You have the 4 of Cups. And you also have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Ooh. Interesting cards for you, pile 3. I do sense that you're a very passionate and inspired individual in general. And with the 9 of Pentacles, I sense that you probably generally love your life and you're pretty happy. You're a go-getter. Inspired, driven, determined to, do the things that you want and to be independent. Somebody that I think really goes after the things that you want in life. I just think with maybe you've been feeling a little bit down and despondent recently. With the Four of Cups, this talks about feeling a little bit bored and stagnant. Like, whatever it is that you've been got going on for you recently, got going on, that's some good English. Um, it's not inspiring you anymore. You need something new, right? Like, this is a group that I sense likes having new activities and new things to get into very, like, quite often. You like learning new things with the Hierophant here, which is all about spiritual wisdom. You know, spiritual knowledge. This is a group that I think likes to like try new things and likes to, you know, learn new concepts, is constantly inspired to expand your horizon and to take a chance on something new. You know, you probably like a good dare. If somebody takes you up on a dare, then you'll give it a go. You don't say no. I just think that this group needs constant sort of stimulation and things in their life to be going really fast and happy, so that you can constantly feel as if you're up, you're, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Like, high energy is what I'm getting from this group. Absolutely, a group that just likes to like expand their knowledge base and to learn new things and to always to try and push your boundaries is what I'm seeing. But quite maybe recently you've lost that inspiration, or you're just feeling a little bit bored with where your life is, that you need more stimulation, I think, is what I'm seeing. You're waiting for something to come into your life that sparks that light again within you and inspires you to really try something new and to keep pushing your horizons is what I'm seeing. But I do sense that that's coming for you very, very soon, with the fourth cup being divinely gifted from the universe. So be patient is what I'm seeing for you, pile 3. So your current vibe is maybe restless is what I'm seeing. You're feeling a little bit restless. You're ready to break free and to try something new. And I think that's coming very, very soon is what I'm seeing. And it will take you back to that feeling of like being fulfilled and happy with where you are, and getting out there and giving it a go, you know, if that makes sense. I am also seeing a group with the Knight of Wands here and the Hierophant that probably is quite spiritually inclined. You may be very driven in a very spiritual sense, so you might be quite religious, or you have some spiritual practices that you dedicate yourself to. And I think that routine and structure is kind of what sets you up so that you continue to constantly push your boundaries in a way. You might just be feeling a little bit bored with your current routine. There's definitely a feeling of just stagnation and restlessness I'm sensing. And it's not restless energy in a sense that like you're feeling down and out. I think it's just restless in the sense that you want a fresh start and you want something new to keep you inspired. But I definitely also see, if you continue to invest in your spiritual practices, I also sense like a feeling of meditation out in nature, spending more time in nature, doing those things that I think bring you joy naturally, pile 3, is what potentially could bring you that inspiration or that idea, that spark, that thing that I think you want or you're waiting for to come to, so that you can recoup that energy of being like a risky go-getter and taking a chance on something new is what I'm seeing. So keep doing what you're doing, and just know that that spark of inspiration, that thing that will lift your spirits and make you go, wow, why didn't I do that before? Now I know what I want to do. And you'll be onto it like Donkey Kong, I see, absolutely, with the Knight of Wands here. This is fast-moving, inspired energy. Something's coming that I think will make you feel as if you know what it is that you want and what it is you need to do to break free of this feeling of boredom and restlessness. Yeah, cool. Moving on from that, let's have a look at your oracle cards, pile 3, to see what they have to say. Ooh, okay. Imagination, number 20. Beautiful. And the moon. There's lots of like watery energy here. I sense a very creative and inspired individual too. You may have some creative talents. Very dreamy energy is what I'm seeing also. But imagine, this is talking about like spending time thinking about what it is that can lift your spirits and allow you to break free of, you know, just feeling down and out and feeling a bit restless. What is it that you naturally love doing? Have you not been focusing on the things that bring you joy naturally, pile three? I get a really creative energy, as I said. So maybe you're an artist in a sense. You might be like a painter or a singer, a writer, a journalist. Maybe even journaling could be something that you enjoy doing. Anything that brings out that creative spark, I think you're being called to spend more time doing. There is also maybe a need for you to spend time in meditation and potentially asking a higher power or your spirit guides what it is that you need to be doing right now that will help you lift your spirits out of this feeling of just being a little bit low is what I'm sensing. But you are definitely an inspired individual. I also sense that this inspiration is something that comes from a higher power with the Hierophant here in the Imagine card. I did mention also the Knight of Wands is very sort of spiritually inspired energy. I guess I sense a group that in a way like channels spirit into some sort of artistic form. But maybe you've just not been feeling like the most sort of inspired. You haven't been feeling that want or the desire to spend time on those passions. But I think it's what's going to lift you out of this feeling of not moving forward right now. Or even just getting out into nature and doing the things that you love, absolutely, is what will bring that inspiration, Because you are a very creative and imaginative individual, I see, in general, pile three. I always see with the Nine of Pentacles, I always get like an artist vibe from that too. She reminds me of the artist with like an artist cloak, a painting cloak on, just creating her wealth from her own talents and gifts. Nine of Pentacles is independent energy, someone that is able to pave their own path by following their own dreams and desires. This is just about rekindling that spark and going after it again, really. And you have the No Place Like Home card, number 50, which is really beautiful also because this card talks about finding that peace and that spark within that connects you to spirit and allowing spirit to guide you. You don't need validation or verification from anyone else externally, pile three. If you love what you're doing, just do it for yourself. And if that's what inspires you to push forward in life and to go get the things that you want, then nothing can stop you, I just think there's definitely a calling and a need for you to maybe sit down and to reassess what it is that brings you joy and happiness, to allow yourself to imagine the world that you want to create and living your best life, and let that be what drives you forward in life, Don't hold back. Don't think small anymore. Go after the things that you want, and I think you'll be divinely gifted by actually having the courage to go for the things that you want, because this is also another group that I sense really wants to push beyond your current limitations and your comfort zone. There's a need within you to continually learn and to better yourself, is what I'm seeing. A group that's not happy to sit resting on your laurels. You want that 10th pentacle. You want to live your best life. And right now, you're just feeling as if there's something better out there for you. And I think it's about really allowing yourself to imagine the life that you could be living if you go after those things that you've always wanted. Because you have everything inside of you that's driving you forward. This is definitely a group that I think can rely on spirit to move forward. I also am seeing here too with the little birdie, like a spirit guide whispering in your ear about what it is you need to do, or what the next step is, in a way. Following your spiritual wisdom and guidance, and just not giving a shit what anyone else thinks, because you're supposed to be living your best life and finding that 10th pentacle. And being happy doing it too. No Place Like Home. This indicates inner peace and harmony, living the life that you've always wanted. Beautiful reading for you, pile three. Go get him. Don't hold back. Don't live small, and don't live for anyone else. You've got so many talents and gifts that you're supposed to be sharing with the world, and you're supposed to be loving your life doing it. Spirit, can we get some further messages? And I just saw 11:11 on the clock as I did that too. Spiritual wisdom indeed. Can we get some further messages for pile number 3, who are really finding the courage to go after the things that they want? Guns blazing. dreaming big and dreaming it into reality in a way. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 3 from the Work Your Light Oracle deck? I also sense, too, with the Hierophant card and the Nine of Wands, too, the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher, right? Like the Pope, offering spiritual knowledge and guidance to those in need. By you achieving amazing things, by taking a chance on the things that you love and going after the things that you want in life, pile 3, you'll be inspiring others to start afresh and to chase the things that they want to. I know sometimes it can be hard to reassess and to, you know, if you've got a stable job right now and you're wondering, but you're feeling unsatisfied and you want something more and you know there's something better out there that for you, it's hard to take a risk on that because you're like, well, will it work out? Where is my money going to come from? What happens if I fail? You know, all of these negative thoughts can come in, but I just think that's not who you are in general. This is a group that works best when they're just living their life without a care in the world and expanding the horizons and doing things when, like, on a whim, you know, very, very impulsive energy, but in a very good way. I think you work best when you are impulsive and you allow yourself to go after anything that you want in the moment. Pile 3 is what I'm seeing. That's who you are. Any further messages for pile number 3, please, Spirit? There you go. Ooh, the Age of Light. How beautiful. That's lovely. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, what I'm getting from that card is that you're supposed to be in this feeling of, like, kind of almost restricted. As your current vibe is one of feeling bound to things that you don't want to be restricted by anymore. Like you're feeling a little bit stuck and as if you need to break free and start afresh and go after things that you've always wanted. And this is exactly what you've been training for in past lives, getting that strength and that resolve to chase the things that you've always wanted. As I mentioned earlier, this inspiration is coming from a higher power. You are supposed to follow your dreams and to shine bright, to shine your light, so you can also inspire others to do the same and to break free and to change their life for the better. So go get it, pile 3. You're not supposed to be bored and stuck in a routine that doesn't work for you. You're supposed to be living in the moment and following your impulses and doing the things that you've always wanted to do is what I'm seeing. And shining bright doing it, the Age of Light, being the beacon of hope that inspires others to do the same, you know. Beautiful energy. Ooh, that's interesting. It was stuck there. Let's get a closeout message for you from the Making Magic Oracle deck. I love these cards, they're beautiful. Spirit, can we please get... Oh, one card just jumped out already. The Sun. Okay, that says it all. The golden energy of the Sun brings fame and fortune. And the Sun represents you, your ego, and that light source that, like, is creative energy. Definitely creative energy in this reading. Absolutely. You are my creatives in the group. What is it that you've always wanted to do? And it says here, golden energy brings fame and fortune. You're supposed to shine bright and to show your gifts off to the world, pile 3. Absolutely, do not doubt that. Put yourself out there, stand bright. Like, be the master of your own destiny and go after the things you've always wanted. Like Leo, right? With the Knight of Wands, like Leo. Leo energy also in this reading. The Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter reference, beautiful. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. That's beautiful. This is a really, like, synchronistic reading where it's all coming together for me, which I think is really nice. Can I say more? This is something that you've been working on for lifetimes. You're supposed to break free of this feeling of restriction and to chase your dreams and desires so that you can manifest the life that you've always wanted and show other people that they can do it too. So how are you feeling right now? Your current vibe is one of restlessness because you're not supposed to be stuck in this energy. You're supposed to be impulsive and living your best life by doing the things that you've always wanted and showing your creative talents to the world. Beautiful reading for you, pile 3. Go get them. That's all I have for you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to pile 4. Hello and welcome pile 4 with the lovely amethyst stone. This is a vibe check, so we're going to find out what your current vibe is, what you're currently going through and why maybe. We'll start with your tarot cards and we'll get some oracle cards a little bit later for you. Your first card is the Six of Pentacles. Nice. Ooh, you have the High Priestess, one of my favorite cards in the deck. You had the King of Wands, sorry, the King of Swords, I should say. And you currently have and you also have the Ten of Swords. Okay. It's a little bit of tough energy. Interesting, okay. I sense for you, pile 4, you've come out of recently a rough cycle in life. Because the Six of Pentacles comes after the Five of Pentacles, right? Indicating that you've progressed upon or from a really, really difficult time in life where you probably felt like you were left out in the cold and maybe you were, restricted either financially or you were in a really, really like rough phase and you felt as if there was no one around you to support you and help you through. But you've managed to persevere and to work through that challenge is what I'm seeing. The Six of Pentacles is all about giving and taking, finding balance in life again and starting to share, I suppose, both your blessings with those that are more in need, because you have empathy for people that are struggling the way that you did previously. But it's also about sort of sharing that energy around so that abundance can continue to flow towards you is what I'm saying. And the Ten of Swords, I don't know why I keep saying Ten of Wands. The Ten of Swords indicates like the end of a really dark phase in life. I just sense that maybe you had to really change some things in your life that weren't working for you. It's kind of the death of the ego in the sense that you had to actually really face some bad habits or some really darker like aspects of yourself. You've done a lot of shadow work in a way and you've had to face your demons, and those demons were what were causing you to continually work through like a really tough cycle. I sense you got to a phase where you were so sick of feeling quite just like being in despair. Potentially you were feeling like the dark night of the soul or in a deep dark depression. And eventually you got the strength within you to say, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I need to make changes in my life if I want to get out of this darkness. If I want my life to be better, I need to be strong and to like take control of my life and break free of any like negative thoughts or feelings or any addictions or bad habits or patterns that were preventing you from actually like being able to see the beauty in life again is what I'm seeing. But you've done it, pile 4, and I really commend you. It's not easy to do, to actually reassess your life and to do some shadow work and accept that you are the one that has to make changes. That will be the thing that like frees you from the darkness in a sense. But you've broken free and you're starting to now see like life getting better. You're finding that balance within. And you're starting to see the beauty in life again, and you're really, really empathetic, I think, for people that are going through some struggles in life because you've been there and you've seen it all, is what I'm saying. So I do see a really, really, like, beautifully empathetic and loving and giving individual. It's that darkness has allowed you to actually see and to appreciate how hard life can be sometimes. So in terms of your vibe, I just sense that you're starting to find like a lot of things in life to be grateful for again, is what I'm seeing. With the Six of Pentacles, this does indicate to me that you're realizing that life can be beautiful and that you are grateful for the fact that you went through such a shitty and trialing time in the past, because it's only like it's really allowed you to get in touch with your emotions, is what I'm seeing with the High Priestess here too. A group that's starting to really like pay more attention to the way they're feeling, and basically it's because you don't want to go back there again. You don't want to feel the way you did. You don't want to go through the trials and tribulations that you went through, and you've become such a more intelligent and stronger, capable individual because you had to work through it and you know what it is that you want from life now, and you don't want to feel that way, basically. I am also seeing a group that I think has really found a lot of like comfort in maybe I'm trying to word this in the best possible way. I think sometimes the people that go through the darkest in life end up really like leaning towards spirituality or religion in a way to try and help them through the darkness. So I would say absolutely you went through the dark night of the soul, and I think maybe in a sense you found a higher calling or a higher purpose in that darkness, and that was what helped you get through the dark times. So it was your dedication to spirituality or commitment to something bigger than yourself that has led you through it. And maybe right now you're in a place where you're wanting to give back to people that are less fortunate than you and to try and offer that advice to others is what I'm seeing, pile 4. And I think maybe that's your calling. So I think in a way you're starting to realize that you went through the dark night of the soul in these really challenging times because you were supposed to really like share your gift and advice to others that are less fortunate than you and that you can see are going through the same challenges that you went through. The King of Swords here and the High Priestess really indicates to me that you have some strong spiritual gifts and that you're a very, very intelligent and intellectual individual. I think you are, with the Ten of Swords also, this does indicate some extreme like intelligence and very cerebral group, I think. Probably very good communicators, you know. I am definitely seeing strong spiritual gifts here, especially with the Amethyst, which relates to like, psychic awareness and abilities, and the High Priestess too. Claircognizance is definitely a gift of yours. Just having sudden inner knowings about what it is you're supposed to do or why you went through a certain challenge or what it is you're supposed to do next in a way. How you can like use your strong intelligence and your strong empathy to try and help other people that are going through certain challenges in life too. Because you've seen both the darkness and the light, right? You're coming into a place where things are getting better for you because you're starting to see the gifts of what it is that you went through and starting to appreciate what life has to offer again. And now all you want to do is like share that wisdom and advice with other people. And I think that's really beautiful, pile 4. And I commend you on it. Keep going, keep working your light and keep sharing your insights to the world because the world needs it right now. Moving on from that, let's have a look at your oracle cards. Ooh, you have number 2 in Yin. That's a beautiful card. I love the colors in this card, the purple and the violet, the indigo. Yin being very like feminine, passive energy. Once again, I'm going to put it over here with the High Priestess and the 6 of Pentacles because I get a really like loving, it kind of matches my my sarong in the background. It's lovely. I get a really like loving and compassionate, feminine, just warm and loving like energy from this group. I think you're in a way coming into a place where you're just starting to allow the universe to work through you and to just trust that whatever comes your way are lessons that you're supposed to go through in a sense. You're not sort of like needing to control life anymore and you're letting go of trying to push forward down a certain path that wasn't working for you, and you're embracing every and each experience that comes your way with like kind of like the Fool, you know, taking things as they come and your life's getting better because of it. But I also am seeing too with this card, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a face kind of emerging from the bowl, which really indicates to me that, well, I think that there are some gifts coming your way. There are some blessings coming your way. There's some blessings emerging from the bowl of life, in a sense. But B, I just sense it relates also to the High Priestess of the King of Swords. Like, there's some wisdom emerging from within you that you need to share with other people around you that are most in need. And then you have it. You have the card of regeneration, number 46. That says it all, if you ask me, with the light starting to sort of emerge from the darkness again. The rain falling on this this really sort of like harrowing image, I think. You're finding the peace within and you're finding that spark of hope and divinity within you, and you want to share that with the rest of the world is what I'm seeing. And because of it, you found purpose and you found inspiration and your life's getting better, I sense. So your vibe is currently in the sense of like hope and divinity and knowing that if you continue to like change your life for the better and to start to share your wealth of experiences and insights with those people around you, that your life is going to move somewhere that I think is going to be so rewarding and fulfilling for you. You just got to keep working at it, basically, is what I'm saying, pile 4. And I think you know that already because you're a very, very intelligent and cerebral individual. And you know full well that the insights that you're receiving are meant to like guide you and others. Keep trusting it. And your life is, you know, that spark is emerging from within you. Beautiful. Moving on from that, let's get another message for you from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Spirit, can we please get another message for pile number 4 who are just trusting that everything is falling into place and that they went through the darkness for a reason, that are emerging from the darkness and wanting to share their newfound inspiration and passion for life with others that need it. Another message, please, Spirit, for pile number 4 that have some strong spiritual gifts also, as what I'm seeing with the Amethyst, the High Priestess, and the King of Swords. Definitely a very empathetic group, a loving group, a giving group. Try one more. And your card? You have the card of Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. That's lovely. Look, you can see that, the light shining bright on your own little Garden of Eden here. Laying foundations and divine plan. Ah, that's lovely. I just think that you're starting again. You've found that passion to start again and to really go after the things that you want. Pile 4. You've come out of the darkness and you don't want to be there again. So now you're really chasing your dreams with vigor, and I really commend you on that. And I really get a strong sense of, seeding the light, laying foundations of guiding other people. So you might feel as if you need to be like a spiritual leader or a spiritual guide, potentially even like a teacher, a mentor, like a psychologist, some sort of field where you get to share your insights and your wealth of experience with those that are most in need, is what I'm seeing. And I think that's what's going to be most rewarding for you, like giving to others and giving back to those in need, pile 4. I'd love to hear if that's what you're currently doing, or if that's what your path is in life. You feel that that's where you're going in life. And I totally resonate with that, because that's currently what I'm trying to work on right now. I'm in a place of I'm doing a postgraduate degree in psychology, and tarot has been something that I've been very passionate about for a long time. So I totally get it. It's rewarding and fulfilling. Moving on from that, pile 4, let's get some closeout messages for you, or some advice about your current situation from the Making Magic, Manifesting Your Dreams Oracle deck. It also says Priestess too, like the High Priestess in this deck, in this reading. Spirit, can we get some further advice for pile number 4, who are realizing that their path is to share their insights about the darkness that they've been through, so they can help guide others on their journey to start again and to share that light with others. Any messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 4? Ooh, insight. Okay. Bam, as I'm saying the word insight. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen your intuition. Okay, well, that kind of reiterates the message that I was saying about sharing your insight and your experiences with others. I also see the eye here, like the third eye. But your strength and your intuition, you have some really strong spiritual insight and gifts, is what I'm seeing with the Amethyst, the King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Insight card, and the Yin card too, like feminine energy, which is very insightful in general. You are supposed to share your insight and your nudges, your urges and your thoughts with other people that I think most need to hear it, pile 4. You may also be very psychic in general. You may have some strong psychic awareness. You may be able to talk to maybe a medium or a channel to the divine. You can communicate with spirits and spiritual beings. I definitely sense a lot of compassion and empathy too. So, clairsentience may be a gift of yours, being able to feel other people's pains and to take that on. Self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. I think you're finding that anyway, is what I'm seeing. You found this within you. It was the darkness that allowed you to see how strong you are and what gifts you have to share with the world. And I think you're at peace with who you are and what you've been through, pile 4. And now all you want to do is try and help as many people as possible and to share your to share your voice, to try and raise humanity up and to be the best that they can. I think you already know what you need to do, pile 4, and it's just about continuing to go after it, guns blazing. To have confidence in your abilities and your path. That's all I have for you, pile 4. A beautiful reading for you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.